Hi, this video describes the making of a glass fibre and carbon fibre guitar case to fit my Headless homemade guitar. Using XPS expanded polystyrene foam to create a mould, I firstly marked out the shape that I wanted for the case. With hand tools I cut out the shape I required. The two foam pieces were then glued together to create the general shape. I found Gorilla Glue best to bond this type of foam. The next step was to shape the foam more precisely using a rasp, coarse file and sandpaper. The shaping of the foam included creating a radius on the edges to better allow the glass fibre and carbon fibre to wrap around it. Having created the mould, it was time to coat it with PVA to help the tin foil coating adhere to it. Using standard kitchen tin foil, the mould was then carefully wrapped. The tinfoil covered mould was then coated with a layer of PVA release agent, again as part of ensuring the glass fibre could be separated from the mould. Once the PVA release agent was dry, a layer of resin was applied, mixed from a two-part pack. Having pre-cut the glass fibre sheets to general size, they were applied. The glass fibre sheet was then coated with the resin. In time, this softens the glass fibre cloth to allow it to wrap around the mould. The same process was then applied to the other side, overlapping the glass fibre sheets. Also, a second layer of glass fibre cloth was applied to both sides. Cardboard crosses were used to stand the coating mould on during the drying process to prevent the glass fibre sticking to the main stand. These were subsequently cut off and finally sanded off as much as possible, as well as sanding high spots on the glass fibre. It was then time to cut the glass fibre open at the case joint line. With careful prizing, the glass fibre half cases were separated from the mould. The tinfoil was then removed from the glass fibre halves. This was possible thanks to the PVA release agent used. Next, it was time to cut the general outline of the carbon fibre cloth. The half cases were then coated with a two-part epoxy. The carbon fibre cloth was then carefully lowered onto the half case. A further coating was then applied onto the carbon fibre cloth to fully coat it. The carbon fibre was carefully wrapped around the glass fibre shape and coated with the epoxy. The assembly was then turned over and the carbon fibre was wrapped over the lip of the case all the way around. Further epoxy was applied to ensure the cloth wrapped around the half case lip. The half case was then turned back over to to ensure the cloth was fully settled and had no blistered areas under it. Both halves were coated with carbon fibre and then left to dry for 24 hours. While the carbon fibre was drying, it was time to start work on the foam to be used to line the case and provide a snug fit for the guitar. Once the carbon fibre was dry, it was necessary to trim the lip of the case with a craft knife, removing the inner layer of carbon fibre near the case lip area. Having cut out the various foam lining shapes, they were placed into the case to check for fit. To provide an internal case pocket to store plectrums and strings, etc., a small lid was made from carbon fibre. Small steel plates were made to provide strength where hinges, latches, feet and handles were to be fitted. These were applied with araldite glue. The steel plates were held in place with clothes pegs while they dried. More foam details were made to create the internal case pocket. The foam linings were trimmed to make sure they would fit under the rubber lip seal on the case. Chamfers were added to the foam linings. Soft foam was cut to fit in the base and lid of the case. A U-section rubber seal strip was fitted with rubber glue to provide a seal for the case. Latches, hinges, feet and handles were fitted using small bolts and nuts. Furry cloth was cut and applied to the soft foam lining. All the foam fittings were coated with the furry cloth and glued into place in the case. A few makeshift clamps were used to make sure the linings bonded to the case. A spray glue was applied and the soft foam linings were fitted. With that, it was all about done and time to try the guitar in the case.